Fox 29 Behind the News. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bill Anderson. As you see, we're here in the newsroom, as we always are, getting you caught up on all the things that are taking place, all the stories that we are working on. Every day is a special day, but this has been a really special, cool, kind of behind the news, behind the scenes experience for the station all day. Why? Because our Jason Martinez is in Rome. He's been giving us a behind the scenes look, the Papal Conclave, all the things that are taking place, has had some cool moments all throughout the day, talking to people, taking us on tours. And we're going to continue that in Fox 29 Behind the News. So we're going to check in with Jason in just a minute, find out what's going on over in Rome, significant hours ahead as we are kind of on watch, waiting for the whole process as they are beginning the process of selecting the next pope. So we'll be getting to Jason in just a second, but you know the drill, how we start every day now. We're at the desk where the folks here are following all the news that all of our reporters are out working on today,
of course,
keeping us updated. They track and redirect photographers and follow police scanners, all those things.
we do a bunch of things.
You do lots of stuff.
We have a lot on our label. We have a lot of stuff we do on this desk.
So other than Rome, which
Yes.
has kind of been a lot of what we've
Yes.
been doing today.
And very exciting. We love this that we're doing this at Fox 29.
It's a cool look,
Yes.
right? Like seeing
And
everything
if you
behind
follow
the scenes.
Jason on Instagram, he does so much on his stories too, just really going all throughout the city and just showing as a cool person, showing the whole look of what people are doing and just giving you sights and everything. It's really cool. So also look at him on Instagram as well.
I like it. It's behind the news. That's what we
Gotta
do.
do it.
What are the folks here working on?
So for our 5 and 6, we have 2 reporters right now. We have Jeff Cole. He's going to be working on a pretty kind of crazy story. There was a situation where a teenager stole a vehicle and crashed it into a Bristol Township home. We got some inside information from one of our photographers as well, telling us that there was someone that was in the actual house, but no one is injured. Just really weird how the kid crashed the car into the bathroom where the front of the house is. Pictures are crazy. So when you see him on the news, it's going to be a very interesting story. So he's working on that right now. And then we have Ellen, who is working on Real ID deadline. Tomorrow is the deadline. You have to get your Real ID if you want to be able to travel within the country. But also, if you also have a passport, that does work for you. But a lot of people who don't have passports, they need the Real ID to be able to travel. So a lot of people right now are trying to rush, scramble, get them in, and hopefully they can get them in by time. So she's working on that. Get that Real ID. So she's working on that and just trying to talk to people and see where they're at, how they're feeling. If they don't get it, what can they do?
They're up to speed. I have a passport.
I have a passport.
You have a passport?
I have a passport, so I'm not
You're
necessarily
good for
worried
now.
about it, but I want it. I just feel like I need it, even though I don't need it. But, I just feel like I want to have it. But if you do have a passport, it's not anything you need to worry about. But I actually realized not a lot of people have passports, so it's
a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's
They're
a
over
lot.
there knocking. She's nodding her head. Talking about.
But that's kind of what's going on for our 5 and 6
Cool.
right now. So
Thank you very much. So that's what we're working on locally. But what has been exciting all throughout the day and really will be all throughout the week is our Jason Martinez is legit in Rome. Like we're sitting here seeing Jason right now as we have all day. He is there. He's set up. Man, it's been hours. You're still smiling.
Well, it's because you're pointing out how great my assignment is. Being here in Rome, in the Vatican. I was just standing here listening to you going, is this the greatest assignment I've ever had in my life? I mean, we were at the Super Bowl Bill together. I've been to spring training. I've been to World Series. This might be the single greatest assignment I've ever had. I mean, first of all, I haven't done much traveling in my life. To come to Europe, to come to Rome, to come to the Vatican, to be in this beautiful place that is unlike any other place I've ever been to. As a matter of fact, let's look, because St. Peter's Square at night is a whole different beauty. During the day when the sun's shining, obviously very beautiful. At night, quiet, it's even more peaceful. And sure, they've got cranes and looks like they're working on some, I don't know what they might, you know what? They're working on speakers and sound systems for the conclave. I just noticed that. So these workers are putting a sound system in, And I'll tell you why. Because when the head of the conclave comes out on that balcony to say, Habemus Papam, we have a pope, he's mic'd. And there are going to be 400,000 people in St. Peter's Square standing here listening. So it's a giant speaker, like a public address system. And they also have, big jumbotrons. It's amazing the way they turn the shrine that is St. Peter's Square into a stadium in some ways. So the quiet night tonight, it is Conclave Eve. The first vote happening tomorrow evening between 4 and 7 p.m. local time, which, do the maths, I guess 10 and 1. Okay, I just had to do the math. 10 and 1 Eastern time is when the first vote happens. And then the smoke comes, and we're anticipating black smoke because getting it right on the very first vote would be, it's possible, certainly possible, but not necessarily something we expect. Pope Francis was, I believe, 5 votes. Pope Benedict XVI was 4 votes. That, if we use that as our guide for this conclave, we're thinking 5 votes is Thursday night. Even if we give it another 4 more votes after that, that's Friday night. So just trying to time this thing out, you never know what's going to happen.
It has been back here, and you're talking about this is the most amazing assignment you've ever had. We have been sitting here kind of glued to what you've been doing throughout the day and getting a chance to kind of see all of the energy. But tell us not just what we've seen, but what it feels like. It just seems like positivity, anticipation. There's a strong Philadelphia representation there as well, which was a little bit surprising.
I didn't expect this much Delaware Valley, South Jersey, Philly suburbs, South Philly. I met priests from the Philly area. It feels like a Super Bowl atmosphere. Remember the days leading up to the Super Bowl, just the anticipation, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's walk. Just all the, I guess maybe it's the media from all over the world because it's such a large event. There you go. Yeah, Jared, you're showing it all over there, and there's some over here. We're talking about international media from all over, speaking all these different languages. They're getting ready for their live shots for their respective news outlets and countries and what have you. A lot of people walking by wanting to listen, wanting to be on TV, and it's all love. It's all love here. That's I guess that's the difference with the Super Bowl is there's a fan of one team and a fan of another team. All these folks are on the same team. And so that's what makes this a special place, a special time. And so the vibe is, I guess that's the vibe, all love.
It has really seemed, and it's coming through as we sit there and watch it. Like you would expect nothing less than that there. But just how welcoming everybody that you've come in contact with is. They want to show you around. They want to talk about the history. It's like all of us are living a bucket list moment with you.
That's funny that you say that because I was wondering about the Romans, the actual people who live here. Are they sick of the tourists? Do they say the conclave and go, oh no, here comes all the tourists, the same way we do in Philly when we have a big event, and here comes the traffic in Center City. Here comes the traffic in the city and on the Schuylkill. It doesn't seem that way. Obviously, the restaurants and the economy thrives on the tourism. And this city it's beautiful. It is clean. The people here are very welcoming. I wanted a coffee this morning, just a coffee the way we drink it, right? Cream and sugar and they don't drink coffee that way. So I don't. Oh, she's from Allentown. Come here. See, we have a local friend, and you're press.
I am.
I see that.
Diocese of Allentown.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to be here during this time? Are you here for the conclave?
I am here for the conclave.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you just get to town, or when? Did you come?
The other night. Yeah.
Okay.
Sunday. Well, no, actually last night. See, the time's moving so
quickly. I know, right?
Yeah.
Is this your first conclave?
It is. Yeah.
And what's your emotion right now on the eve of it?
I love our Catholic faith. It means so much to me. I would die for our faith. Yeah. And being here on the eve of possibly the election of our next pope means so much to me. I've been praying so much, praying, fasting, and I've been asking, people back at home to be praying and fasting, just hoping that it's what our Lord wants and not what we want. It's what we need, in the end.
The Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit's gonna be working really hard right now. I hope.
What attributes do you want to see in our next pope?
That he loves Christ, that he wants to follow Peter. Yeah.
And it's as simple as that, isn't it? I know we make it so complicated sometimes about I need this attribute, I need that, I want to see him do this. But it's as simple as follow Christ, follow Peter. Wow, isn't that a beautiful thing? So what is your day looking like tomorrow then for the conclave? It's one vote. Obviously it's a bucket list thing to see smoke out of the Sistine Chapel. So what's it going to be like?
So I'm going to be waking up early to head into the Basilica, but, for me, it's going to be just a day of prayer. We don't know what's really going to happen, but I think that's really all that we can do. But a lot of excitement, seeking other people who are like-minded to be praying with and talking with. But that's.
You seem emotional about it in a good way. So when you hear Habemus Papam on that balcony, will you shed a tear?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Today I was at the tombs of our popes, just thinking of the sacrifices that they made, to follow Christ, and kneeling at St. Peter's tomb, just walking up, seeing everything that was going on inside. They were setting up for the cardinals to be in there tomorrow. It means so much. It's just I love our Lord, and I want to see the world come to know of His love and His mercy. Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
Thank you. What is your name again?
Annalie.
Annalie?
Yeah, Guidish.
All right. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
for
you
your
too.
time.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Wonderful to hear from her. We hear Judge Judy now, so let's fix that. But
Jason, I think we're both having the same challenge with a little bit of an IFB or a feedback issue that we're having. I need to jump in if we can try to figure out how to maneuver this, because we need to jump in for a minute, because there is breaking news, and Chris O'Connell has come over to talk to us a little bit about some of the weather challenges that we are facing right now.
Yeah, thanks, Bill, for letting me jump in here. We heard Kathy Orr coming into the newsroom saying there's a tornado warning right now in Northampton County up in the Lehigh Valley, and I'm just going to go to our Fox 29 Weather Authority app. I mean, places, are we still in that? Yeah. Maybe you can go back. We'll maybe go back right now. So tornado warning. If you're in the East Stroudsburg area right now, you might want to take cover, get to somewhere, an indoor shelter, inside a bathroom, low-lying area. We're going to go to Kathy right now. Kathy, are you guys free on this tornado warning?
Yes.
Why don't you take it over, right?
All right, thank you.
Hey.
Tornado warning for northern parts of Northampton County and the Poconos. So come on in. The Weather Center. So Scott and I were just watching this cell. I mean, we were watching this in Lehigh County. It was severe thunderstorm warning. And then it was a Doppler radar indicated tornado, which means the Weather Service saw some type of a spin. And that's why they put the warning
Yeah,
out.
I mean, if you look at this map, there's not a whole lot going on. 70% of us are just seeing a sunny day and a humid day. It's this one little cell that's clipping sections of Northampton County, moving out of Northampton County, really, and moving more into Monroe County. And you can see as we kind of zoom in, crossing the Delaware Gap area. This is 209. This is Interstate 80. And you can see that we're talking about some torrential downpours right here. There's Stroud, there's 447, 209. So between Bartonsville and Delaware Water Gap, we're looking at the potential for Doppler radar indicated rotation here. We didn't see a whole lot of shear with this when we looked at it, but that complex has kind of been spinning, if you will, associated with that upper level low that's just a few hundred miles away that has been giving us the unsettled weather. But right now that goes until about 4:30, moving out of our particular area. So this is moving away from the Philadelphia area. We're not concerned about it moving in our direction whatsoever. This is lifting out of the area. So once again, until about 4:30, you can see this is the cell that we're watching now. all of southeastern Pennsylvania, in fact, is in that severe thunderstorm watch. I'll cue that up, and you can see that goes until about 8 o'clock. It does include the Philadelphia area, but we really haven't seen a whole lot in association with thunderstorms this afternoon. That coverage has been off to the north and the west. But the ingredients are there, areas north and west, in particular, Lehigh Valley, the Poconos. We've seen the calling card with these storms, damaging wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour, as well as some hail that's been reported with this activity. So just kind of watching what happens with that. Doppler radar indicated for sections of Carbon, or Monroe County, rather, right now.
Yeah, and that's it. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that and let you know if anything else develops in our area.
Appreciate it, guys.
Okay.
Thank you so
All right.
much. It's Fox 29 Behind the News. We're going to take a quick break. As we always share with you, if something is happening, the reason why, thank you, Chris, the reason why you take us with you, download the app, we're there with you. So if anything is happening, breaking news or the like, we got you covered. Going to take a quick break, check in with our reporters who are spread out throughout the area. Then we will get back, and Jason's going to continue taking us on a walking tour, see all the things that are happening there in Rome. It's Fox 29 Behind the News. I'm Bill Anderson. Back in 2 minutes. Fox 29 Behind the News. So many things going on. We've got you covered. We want to remind you, download the Fox Local app. That's the best way for you to take us with you if there is news breaking anywhere where our reporters are. They're out and about. You get the full story, the chance to interact with them and hear more than just the headlines and some of the sound bites or reports. We get a full explanation, which is why, Jeff Cole, we tell everybody, make sure they download that app. Take the news with them.
Sounds right to me.
All right, so what do we got working on today? I've heard stories that this was a weird, scary, like what's going on?
Levittown section of Bristol Township, about 11:59 last night, some neighbors here say that their dog is going crazy barking. They check their Ring camera and they see what they think is somebody trying to break into a car. Their belief is it was more than one person possibly involved here. But either way, they then apparently take a look out the window and the alleged car thief sees them and they say, runs, leaves, flees. They call police. Police, Bristol Township Police say they show up in about a minute. This is along the 400 block of Stony Brook Drive in Levittown. Show up in about a minute and they find what they say is a 16-year-old male from Trenton behind the wheel of what they claim is a stolen car. The Bristol police say they snap on their lights, and the kid speeds. He takes off, they say, in the car. They say they were not involved in a pursuit. That happened at the 400 block, a few houses away. The kid, say police, steers into the front of the street, then loses control and hammers the front of a house at what looks to be full speed, up over the sidewalk, across the lawn, and right into the home. So this is at midnight, just after midnight. There's an owner. The owner of the home is, in fact, inside the home. He had been in the master bedroom. He had gotten up to go to the living room, says his father, to get a heating pad because his back was bothering. It's there where he lays down and uses the heating pad and hears the crash. He gets up. He walks back down the hallway. He sees lights, and there's a car in his home, literally about halfway in.
Wow.
In the house. Police, of course, come rolling up. They arrest the 16-year-old, they say again is from Trenton, and the house is absolutely uninhabitable. It is, a big hole has been blown through the front. We'll show you the pictures, certainly at 5 and 6. Right now, they've had a repair crew come and put up some plywood just to close it up. The water has been shut down. There has been an appraiser here all day, but remarkably, no one was hurt. The 16-year-old in the vehicle was not hurt. The owner of the home was not hurt. We speak to, the owner of the home didn't speak to us, but his dad did. And his dad sort of explains what his son was doing and then says, they are absolutely thankful that their son did not get hurt. But think about this. This home, these are ranch-style homes in Levittown. Levittown is known for these homes that were all sort of built in the same style. But his son apparently was just about, his significant other, his girlfriend, was going to move in. In fact, some of her items were there. They apparently were deciding that they would live together, that he was sort of starting his life in a new direction. And he has a house now that is going to require some significant repair. On the other hand, now neighbors think that it was a group of young people that were involved here. Police say they're continuing to investigate, but only encountered this 16-year-old male. But think about this. It was 11:59 a.m. when they get the 911 call. This is a teenager, they say, from Trenton, who is in this area involved in, nefarious activities. The cops believe what's going on here is that they come into these neighborhoods and pull on car doors, looking for those that are unlocked so they can grab some items in there. It looks like in this instance, not only was the vehicle unlocked, but the key fob was inside because he got the car going and obviously was able to speed down the street and unfortunately hammer a house in the process here. But that's what's gone on here overnight and into the morning in Bristol Township.
So as much as it is sad, it is concerning that they were looking to start their lives in that home. That could have been so much worse. Like, that's a blessing that nobody was seriously injured.
Yeah, and I've seen these cases in which somebody is seriously injured. This car, seriously, is halfway into the house. We have the pictures that someone's given us here. The car is halfway in the house. Anybody in that front room is very much unlikely to survive. The house is catastrophically damaged, as the police describe it, but everybody survives. And, when you talk to the father, and I'm thinking about, my own position in life, we're talking to the father out in front of his son's crumpled home. And, he was almost giddy in the fact that his son was alive, that they could repair this house.
I'll just get this
done. They have
done.
Insurance. They'll fix this thing and be able to sort of move from there. Lost you there for a minute, Bill. There's my friend Ellen.
Yeah, we're all together. Like, sitting
good,
there
man. Why not? It's a big
doing
group.
this. We're going around the area trying to make sure. So we will see the video. We will see the pictures of the house. We will hear. And I get it. I'm not a father. But speaking, as you were just saying, to look at a situation like that, you couldn't help but sit back and go, you know what? It's going to hurt, but we can fix the house. Like, this could have been worse.
The police, you're absolutely right. And the police would say one other thing. it is a really good idea to lock your car.
Yeah.
Not leave your key in the car and not leave items for people to see, because, literally what these guys are doing, and it's happened in all kinds of communities. They just go down the block, pulling on doors. They get a car open, they go banging in there. If the key fob's in there, it's big trouble.
Jeff, we appreciate you. We will see
All
you
right,
in the
Phil.
5 and 6. Let's just transition on over to Ellen.
Very good.
That's what we do. Everybody is here. Let's go ahead, and there's Ellen, ready to keep the conversation going. Appreciate you jumping on with us. How are you? It's Real ID Day.
Hey, Bill. Yes, it is Real ID Day. Let's get real, people. So we are here at the DMV at KOP. So the line is very small right now, relatively speaking. It has been crazy long all day, Bill. I mean, it was snaking around the side here. So this is really small compared to what it's been, because so many people thought that they needed to have their Real ID by tomorrow. Okay, right? So the deadline's tomorrow.
Okay.
But then about, I guess, 11:30, maybe this morning, Homeland Security came out and said, wait a minute, hold on a minute.
Uh-oh. All right. So a little bit of a technical difficulty. You could see that Ellen could tell that she was getting ready to lose the feed. We're going to sit here for just a moment and see if she can get back on and we can continue with the conversation. So Ellen's story is about the Real ID, the situations that are going on. We figured out what was going on. She is back and ready to have at it. So people thought that today was the deadline. And today is, to some extent, the deadline for what? For enforcement? Like, why were people all lining up today?
Can you hear me, Bill? Sorry.
Yep, we got you.
Okay, so they thought it was today. We broke the news to some people in line that it is today, it is tomorrow, but that the Homeland Security said they will extend, they will let people fly. They might just have a separate line or some added security, and some people were relieved, but some people have been waiting for more than 3 hours today. And our man, Chris, I want you to say hi. He's in line here, the security man over here. He can't really talk, but Chris, hold on a minute. He has been a well-oiled machine. We're live with Bill Anderson. Just wait. Oh, no, he's been great.
Nice.
He has been keeping everybody in line. He has been amazing. He has been making sure nobody butts in front of the line, because you can imagine, Bill, people have been waiting for 3 hours. Nobody's been butting. People have had chairs. I interviewed one woman who's going to be on our 5 and 6 o'clock news. She brought her son food. I mean, people brought lunch. This has been a long line, because so many people were afraid, as you can imagine, if they had a flight tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't have their Real ID. And most people in this country, the majority of people don't have a passport. So you could bring a passport or a military ID. But a lot of these folks were here scared they weren't going to have their Real ID. So the DMV closes at 4:15. The people in line here are going to make it. They are keeping it open for the people who are already in line. So you would not believe how big this line was today, Bill. But just to reiterate our story today, we have this line that's snaked all the way around, people in line for more than 3 hours. But the headline here is, if you don't have your Real ID and you are traveling in the next few days, you'll be okay.
You're all right.
Security said you'll just have to take some extra precautions. You'll be in an extra line, or have to have some extra security measures. You might have to wait a little bit longer. But these folks who waited for more than 3 hours are just relieved. Some people were a little disappointed, like, now you're telling me, but they would fly. But that's what's going on in KOPs today.
Sounds good. We're going to let you go because we're having a little bit of an issue with microphones and things like that.
Okay.
But we got your story. We'll get all of the details coming up in the 5 and 6 on Fox 29 News. Thanks,
Thank
Ellen.
you.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Our Ellen Kaloje getting you all caught up. So this Real ID thing has been a thing, right? People have been talking about this for quite some time. There has been the ongoing discussion about what's happening with the Real ID. How does this work? And I got to tell you, I'm going to be looking forward to Ellen's story in the 5, 6 10 o'clock news, because it's confusing even to people who are kind of following along with it. Because we know that you need it. Like, you're going to need the Real ID to fly. But there has been confusion over whether there are specific days where you can go get the Real ID. If you can go every day, why are the lines this long? Like, what is the ongoing challenge to just getting the Real ID and figuring out what's going on? So Ellen will walk you through that. As you can see, she's been out there throughout the day getting you the information. Let's take a break. An exciting thing going on as we take you behind the news here on Fox 29. It's been going on all day. It will be going on all week until we have the vote and a new pope is announced. Jason is in Rome. So let's go head back upstairs, check in with Jason again, see what's going on there. It's nighttime in Rome. Jason's going to take us on a little bit of a tour through the area, so it's almost like we're there. Fox 29 behind the news. I'm Bill Anderson, back in 2 minutes. Fox 29 behind the news. We continue on exciting day. It's an exciting week as we are taking you places that, I mean, honestly, the local news, the streaming shows, they just don't go. Jason is in Rome. We've got him back. So what's going on there now as we transition into the evening? It's what time there now?
It's 10:30. And there are still people here eating gelato, going on their evening strolls after dinner, having a little dessert. Hello. Hello, folks. Where are you from? Argentina. Argentina.
Yes.
Papa Francisco.
Yes.
Yes, from Argentina.
He was our Pope. Yeah.
Yes, he was. And now are you hoping for another Pope from South America, maybe?
Well, let's
we hope so.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, we'll see.
It's a bit difficult.
What do you want to see in the next Pope? What kind of Pope do you want? Somebody like Francis?
I would like Italian or South American.
Italian or South American.
Someone who follows Pope Francis' rules. And,
yes. And did you fly out here just for the conclave?
No, not really.
Okay, you were already coming.
But yes, I wanted to be here these days. Yes.
Yes, wonderful.
I live here.
Oh, you live here?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, enjoy and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
We're
you
from
too.
Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
yes,
Thank
yes, yes. Thank you very much. I just like to meet people. You know what? I like to find out their why. Why are they here? Are they here just for the conclave? Are they here because it's a holy year and they just wanted to be here? A lot of people had. I met a group of women on a girls' trip, and they had this plan for a year, but they're living it up and happens to be a conclave. So I'm really excited for tomorrow when the Sistine Chapel, the chimney will show us smoke and what it's going to look like in that moment. They don't tell us exactly what time the smoke's going to start flying. So we all have to stand here and just wait and just keep our eye on this tiny little chimney and wait to see what the decision of the first vote was. So, Bill, I mean, I'm expecting black smoke. White smoke would be unheard of.
That would be crazy. So, Jason, as I pointed out before, we've all been watching, as have, the entire Delaware Valley and streaming channel throughout the day, living vicariously through your experience. Kathy has been here and had a bunch of questions. So Kathy came over to join us so we could kind of interact with you and hear some of the things that are going on.
Yes.
Hey, Jason.
Well, Kathy's a Roman at heart.
I was going to ask. I am. I know that half of the family is from that area, and I've been there a couple of times. I was there a couple of years ago for the Papal Mass, and I've noticed that people like to hang out there at night, even when it's a regular night or during a holiday weekend. I even wandered over with my son, and there's something about the Vatican at night, and it looks even more, there's more mystique. And I see that behind you. I mean, it's just people walking around, kind of just want to be in the presence of what's going on there. Is that what you're seeing?
Yes, you're so right about that, Kath. It's like at night, it's a whole different peaceful vibe of serenity and holiness. Of course, during the day when the sun is shining and beaming on St. Peter's Basilica, that's a whole different vibe. But yes, there is something to be said about at the nighttime. Look how each individual saint is lit. And I mean, we're talking about, there's probably, I don't know how many, there are a couple hundred. And we had a tour guide today tell us each saint is marching into Jesus. And so the song, When the Saints Go Marching In, this is what it depicts, that song. And it's going into St. Peter's Basilica, into Jesus. And anyway, so each at night, each saint is just beautifully lit, and people are, it's a quiet stroll, and the hustle and bustle of the day is kind of behind us, and there's gigantic seagulls here, which is a whole different thing. These seagulls are fearless in Rome. Oh, there goes one. I mean, they'll walk right up to you and like caw in your face. What do you got for me? Caw. And then when you feed it, it says grazie. So I don't know how that works out, but yeah.
Jason, most of the people that you've interacted with, are they there? Is it a kind of a mixture of tourists and people who are there waiting for the whole process? We saw people who were praying, people who were singing, but what has been your experience so far?
Yeah. Well, today I've spoken Japanese, Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, English. What am I missing? I feel like it's really been a melting pot. And I've had to speak South Philly, which is a whole French. It's been really cool to be amongst, because they all have one thing in common, and that is their faith in God and their Catholicism. And so that's really cool the way, this religion sort of spans the globe. And so my experience has just been, what a melting pot. What a worldwide sensation this one little spot is of St. Peter's Square. And by the way, it's not a square. I think it's an oval. But anyway, it's quite literally the greatest assignment of my life. Even better than all the sports stuff, because this is just, everybody wins here, right?
Yeah. And you know what, Jason, are you finding that there's a lot of people from Italy that are congregating there from elsewhere just to be there for the conclave? Because I know during Italian holidays, especially for Easter, they'll come from everywhere in the country just to be there.
Yeah, that's cool. I haven't quite seen that yet, although the Romans, the locals, seem to really welcome it all. And embrace it all the restaurants, and obviously there's a lot of money to be made in the tourism part, but it seems more than that. It seems like they're proud of what a conclave means, what the Holy Year means, the Jubilee year that they have once every 25 years. This is kind of, yes, Vatican City is its own country, but it's the Romans, it's theirs too, and so there's a little bit of that pride as well. I would love to meet some Italians from Sicily or the other parts of this of this beautiful country who come here, and I'm sure we will, because the conclave technically hasn't even begun yet. So the hoopla is, I would imagine Thursday and Friday, it's going to be just insane in here. Insane. I mean, you have to go through metal detectors to get on the other side of these gates you see. We see where that police car is, Polizia. And on the other side there, you have to go through metal detectors, and just to be there. We can't go in there. They will not allow cameras in there. So I can't imagine what it's going to look like. I cannot wait to hear the roar of the crowd, or even the roar of disappointment when it's black smoke. But I don't even know what that's going to be like.
It's going to be insane. I mean, I'm sure people are just waiting to gather, just like, I mean, any other major event and historic event. You know, I was wondering, for people that are visiting, is everything open? Obviously, the Sistine Chapel's not open, but can people get into St. Peter's, and can they just get a little bit of a tour? Because they have all kinds of tours going on those grounds.
You know, that's a good question. Tomorrow, that might change because the conclave begins. So will St. Peter's Basilica be as open as it normally is? I know there's a Mass in the morning for the College of Cardinals, so it might not be open early. What I noticed, here's what I noticed. I got up really early this morning because our body clocks are still messed up. So I went for a walk around 6:30 this morning, and I expected this town to be up and at 'em, you know, because it kind of gets quiet at night as well. It was still very quiet. The coffee shops don't open till 7 or later. Which I was, you know, coffee, you think early morning coffee shops are open. The coffee shops don't open until 7. It's kind of a sleepy, slow start. I mean, obviously, many people work at the Vatican, so they were all reporting for work at that time. I ordered a coffee, and they were like, "You mean espresso?" I'm like, "No, coffee with cream and sugar." They're like, "Cream?" I ordered it wrong. So, Kath, I need you to tell me how to. I know they call it an Americano, but that's not what I want. I want like a coffee, a regular coffee. They don't. How do I order a regular coffee in Italy?
You know what? I'm gonna have to find out, because I drink tea. I drink tea. They call it tea.
Oh, right.
But,
That's
yeah,
right.
we'll find out for you.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'm sure on your journey, you'll figure that out. We watched you earlier when you were kind of exploring the streets and the shops and kind of soaking in the culture and the experience. What was the highlight of that as you kind of soak all that in and then wait for the conclave to begin?
You know what it was? And Kathy, you'll know this too. The fountains, the water fountains in Rome that people just drink out of. The water here, the public water out of the faucet here is so pure and so clean. It's better than any bottled water I've ever had in my life. It's the cleanest, most delicious water. And you just drink it out of the faucet, people bringing their water bottles and filling it up. I haven't seen that anywhere. No, certainly not in Philly. I wouldn't do that there.
I was going to say, what do you mean?
How old this town is?
It's just like home.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I wouldn't drink the water out of the Schuylkill, I guess. But this water here is, I don't know what I mean, it's an old city, old pipes. I don't know how they do it, but it's delicious.
Yeah, I think it's aqueducts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we'll do more research on that. Jason, what are people buying to remember this? Is there anything in particular that tourists are picking up?
Well, as you know, Kath, there are 1 million Catholic stores with Catholic merch around here, and they are always bustling with people. I bought 12 rosaries for $7 today, so I'll be passing those out to the folks in the newsroom who need it most. You guys will have to help me come up with a list. We know Mike Jarrett's on the list. Tracy has asked for one
are we on the list?
Producers. Who else is on that list? Well, Steve Bradley, our director, is on that list. I'll have to think of some others, but you guys are on the nice list. So, but unless you want one, I've got a few to give out. Nothing like coming back from the Vatican and just handing out rosaries. You know, I'm sure people will appreciate that.
Yes.
We have one or two more questions, and then Jason's going, because Jason's also going to be in for the 5 o'clock. So we're making sure everybody gets a little bit of information. One of the things that we've noticed as Jared kind of spins around and when you've been talking throughout, we notice people who are, I guess it's some of the media who were doing work. We noticed people who were taking pictures, artists who were setting things up. Like, it seems like it's just kind of an activity circle of culture. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes. Yes, it is. It really is. But In fact, these folks are. Where are you from?
From South Korea.
South Korea. Okay, wonderful.
Oh, wow.
Yes, she's in the middle of workings. Yes. No, from Philadelphia, United States. Oh yeah, not a problem. So yeah, they're from South Korea, and they're working on this, and it's great to see all the different people here, and there's some more there as well, and so yes, we're live right now. So she's like, don't put me on, so we won't put her on. But again, a melting pot.
She's working in media.
And by
Like, why not?
I don't know. That's just the way it goes. So how you doing? Yeah. Where are you from?
Oh, yeah.
Where are you from?
Italy.
Italy. Oh, you're local.
Yeah, I'm local.
So what do you think of all this? All the tourists and all the people who come here and crowd your city and.
No, I mean it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a very special year.
Yes.
With very special events.
Yes.
So we just.
You embrace all the people, all the hoopla.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Going
Well,
for a walk, and it never gets old to walk through here, I would imagine.
No, it doesn't.
Yes. Nice to meet you. Thank you
Nice
very
to
much.
meet
We're
you.
from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Come see us sometime in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah.
We have FIFA coming to Philadelphia soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was in Albany last week.
Oh, Albany.
For internal meetings.
Okay.
Yeah, Albany, Georgia, in the south.
Oh, Albany, Georgia. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure it was great to have you. Yes, come back and see us. Thank you very much. All right. So
You're
he
making
seems to
friends
like the
everywhere,
crowds here as
Jason.
well. Yes. Yeah, he seems
All
like a
right,
nice
so
guy.
we're gonna let Jason continue to do his thing. So we're gonna see you again in about 15 minutes?
Yeah, on Fox
in the
29.
5,
Yes,
and then bright
5
and
o'clock.
early at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
on good day. So we sent you there
That's
just
right.
to get some rest,
Squeeze every last
relaxation.
drop out of me.
And eat gelato.
Nice.
And you know what? I
gelato
do think that
for
they.
dessert.
So listen, I think if I've read this correctly, and I know you must know, Jason, I believe the Cardinals vote just once the first day. Is that correct?
Once tomorrow night. They say 4 o'clock, but they don't exactly advertise it. 7 o'clock, somewhere in that evening hour. Again, this is local time for me, so don't make me do the math again. 11 o'clock your time. So that's when the voting is happening. They take their oath in the morning here, local time in Italy. They go to Mass, take their oath of secrecy. They can't share any details. They sequester in their little apartments. They take their first vote. The vote will likely be burned. No Pope, no 89 2/3 majority. Back to bed. At it again Thursday. That's my thought on how tomorrow's going to play out.
Yeah. Wow.
Jason, we appreciate it. Know you've been doing it all day, but this is a dream assignment. So thank you for sharing what you're experiencing there with all of us. We will be watching closely throughout the week.
Bye, Jason.
Bye-bye. We'll see you
Appreciate
on TV.
it. All right, guys. We'll see Jason again in just a few minutes.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like
I think
watching,
it's
I've been watching
so
all
cool.
day.
Yeah.
And getting that look and kind of the walk around and all the things that you would just never get a chance to see. News reports aren't doing that.
No.
You know, and
It's
he's showing us everything.
Totally behind the scenes, and other people working and how they're sitting on the ground and they're just doing what they have to do because nothing's set up for everyone from every country on an iPad, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break and we will continue on. This is Fox 29 Behind the News. Maybe go check in, see what's going on with sports, Cam's Corner. Before we go, we're all good with the weather watch that we were following.
Yeah,
before.
the tornado warnings have gone well to the north and northeastern Pennsylvania, and we have not much activity on the radars now, but we'll update that at 5 o'clock as well.
Sounds good. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Fox 29 Behind the News. See? It says it right there.
Yep.
Box 29 behind the news. Of course, made our way into sports.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I got no complaints. This has been cool. Like kind of the behind the scenes and in Rome and then back here.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
You've been busy.
Cool.
I didn't even expect to see you today.
Well,
I'm going to be so
you
honest.
Have to come talk to you.
No, you don't have to.
What?
I like when you do.
To this.
Yeah.
I see media credentials over on anything. So we're covering golf.
Yeah, so that starts on Thursday,
okay.
The 8th, and we'll obviously continue onto this weekend. So that's super fun. It's the Truist Championship, getting ready for that. But we also have the Phils today as well, not home. This is super weird.
Okay.
Do you remember the hurricane damage to Tropicana Field?
Yes.
And, yeah, okay. And there was an agreement that the Rays were going to play at Steinbrenner Field.
Okay.
Which is the spring training home of the Yankees. It's about 11,000 seat stadium. And at least for me, it was kind of like, okay, that should be interesting, but like out of sight, out of mind when you're dealing with the hurricane damage. Now we're actually going to see the Phils play there for the first time. So it should be super interesting. Because it's
small.
It's teeny. It's a spring training facility for the Yankees. So none of the spring training ballparks are large, right? Because they're all high A or what have you. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see them play there. I'm excited to see like what the what the setup is. It's a ballpark, but still, it'll be intimate. Right?
Yeah, it's like watching, on a different scale, but it's like when they play hockey in the outdoor stadium.
Yeah, I kind of almost feel like
or the cornfield game.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking that it is almost, because it's just, when's the last time these guys played in a stadium that small? But what can you do also? In a pinch when it comes to hurricane damage, you kind of got to take what you can get here.
Yeah, got to play. You got to get the games in. And I'm sure they found a way to kind of spin it and market it and make it fun. It's the homey feel.
Who knows? I'm going to be so honest with you, Bill. I don't really know if there were 11,000 people showing up to Rays games anyway.
Right. So they may not sell it out. So we'll see what happens.
But visually on TV, I'm excited to see what the setup is with the Phils, because it's the first time they're in there. And I think it'll be, like I said, a little intimate feel. Something
It'll
different.
be cool. What's going on with the Union?
Oh, so
I just come in and look at whatever Breland's working on.
What is on the TV. So they are starting Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup play tomorrow. They play Indy, and it's always like a fun break in their schedule. So I don't know if you know this, but in the MLS regular season schedule, there's like a ton of gaps, right? You guys can't see this at home, but I'm pointing to Bill right now. So you see how there's like a game basically every single week, right? But then there's some little gaps here and there in the schedule. And those are for international competitions. They're for Open Cup, things like that. And that's what's going on coming up. So they actually have a game. They played in Montreal, as you can see, and they have a game in against Columbus on May 10th, which is Saturday. But in between there, they also are going to be doing this U.S. Open Cup thing. They do it every year, and it is a little bit different, right? I feel like most leagues don't take time out to to be doing this while you're in the middle of your regular season run. But soccer does that all the time, and so this is going to be something different, and hopefully,
I'm fun marketing it.
Yeah.
All right, quickly, birds.
What about them?
I'm just looking for some cool new birds energy to keep me excited. This dude, they signed a kick returner, right? Oh, your friend. Your book club buddy.
I'm not
got
happy
signed.
about that at all.
But your book club buddy got signed.
Yeah, to the Rams.
Okay, but he got signed. You're your friend. You're supposed to be happy he's got a job.
Yeah, but I want him to be here.
But we got a new guy who's got 4.3 speed and was an undrafted. No, he wasn't even undrafted.
I miss Britton Covey.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Wish
Who
him
knows?
well.
Maybe this new kick returner will also give me fantasy recommendations.
Wish him well.
And
fantasy
sci-fi recommendations.
Books and things.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sad though. That was my bud.
I was feeling
buds
good for you.
We've been buds for years, but it's okay. We'll keep in touch. We Instagram DM here and there, literally about books all the time. And every so often I'll be like, oh, by the way, like, how's Nelson? Nelson says baby.
Book club buddy.
Yeah, and Leah is his wife. And hey, how's Leah? How's Nelson? But also, what have you been reading? So I'm sure I'll still have the Brit and Covey recommendations at some point.
This was such a nerdy sports update. Gotta go. Thank you
Gotta
very
go.
much.
Bye.
Congrats, book club buddy, on signing the contract.
I'm sad, though.
It's giving TJ McConnell vibes. Like, you go out there, you work hard, you go get a contract, go play for years to come now. People are like the scrappy dude everybody liked in Philly. Got a career. Thanks, guys. All right, let's go find out what's going on with Cam's Corner. Do we need another break? I feel like we might be good with our breaks. I was wrong. Let's take a break. Fox 29 Behind the News. We'll be right back with Cam's Corner. No doubt some Diddy updates, entertainment news, gossip. Stay tuned. Fox 29 Behind the News. I'm hearing all kinds of Met Gala discussion.
'Tis the season.
So let's get right to it. Time for
Cam's Corner.
All right.
Good.
Met Gala.
Alrighty, so a little
Why
bit
do
of a
I
recap.
care?
The top story today, Jalen Hurts and Bree Burrows, they stepped out. They were
I care about
dazzling.
this.
Okay, cool. Burberry basically sent them. So how it works is sometimes you're invited, and then you have to pay that $75,000 ticket fee. Or if a brand or designer is kind of like dressing you, Anna Wintour will just kind of say, you know, you're going to walk the carpet and your designer, so you're just going to go. So this is one of the cases. So Burberry basically dressed both Jalen and Bree Burrows, and they just did their thing. I also wanted to mention that Rihanna, she is expecting baby number 3. I called it. I said this was going to happen because back in 2023, she did something similar. She had her baby bump, and her and A$AP walked the carpet. I suspected that she was pregnant because I've seen some things over the past couple of months, and so now we've got confirmation. She is expecting baby number 3 with A$AP Rocky. Other things that went on, LeBron James, he was supposed to go. He last minute said his injury, he hurt his knee, and so he couldn't go.
Why does somebody need to announce that they're not coming to the Met Gala?
This is a big thing.
But I'm
and
not
he was an
going. I
honorary,
didn't announce that I wasn't going to the Met Gala.
Well, he was an honorary. He was supposed to like receive an honorary
But his knee hurt.
But his knee hurt. So Savannah went on his behalf.
You'd be looking forward to what he was going to wear.
Naomi Campbell also skipped out. Blake Lively, she's typically the queen of the match. She didn't attend. She's got a bunch of allegations and stuff going on. Taylor Swift, thought her and Travis were going to do a debut. They skipped out.
Linda over here is really upset by this.
I know. The Met raised a record-breaking $31 million. It's the most they've ever raised in the past 77 years.
Raised implies this is like a charitable initiative.
It is technically a charitable initiative, but all the money goes to their Costume Institute, and it's self-funding. They fund through this gala. And so this is the most. It's $31 million. Yep. And
for people to put on a bunch of clothes and walk around and be celebrities.
It's more than that, though. And then it's more than that to a lot of people who are in this fashion and the art world. I mean, fashion is the way to express yourself, right? In a lot of different ways. People express themselves with music. People express themselves with singing, things like that. So I think fashion
charged me $75,000 to listen.
And then we don't.
I'm cheap, though, folks. I have embraced this. I get it.
You're not cheap.
No, I'm cheap.
Frugal.
Whatever you want to call it.
I also wanted to mention, trending right now, Blackpink star Lisa. She's getting
Rosa Parks underwear.
Not underwear, Bill.
They were
basically
underwear.
A designer. She wore Louis Vuitton. It was designed by the artist Henry Taylor, and he's known for kind of doing these collaborations where he includes people who are significant to him on the designs. Unfortunately, in her outfit, Rosa Parks is placed right in that crotch area, and so now it's kind of like,
So
why?
it was right in
who
the crotch
approved
area,
this?
then it was what? It was underwear.
No, it's not
So what was
underwear.
it?
It's
Bathing
just a
suit?
look. No, it's her shorts.
Jumpsuit?
Her shorts.
It was not shorts.
It's
It
a
was underwear.
bodysuit. It's a bodysuit. She got like her jacket. It's a bodysuit, not underwear. She wasn't wearing underwear.
Okay.
But that's funny.
The lower part of it is draws.
So that was the Met Gala. That's all that went on and things that are continuing to go on. Diddy, this is day 2 of his trial. We are currently doing the jury selections, as we told you yesterday. Yep, they're looking for those 12 jurors, 6 alternates, 50 people they're weeding out. Basically, they're giving this packet of 14 yes or no questions. It's got like 190 names listed. Michael B. Jordan's names was thrown around. So many celebrities, so many places. And then each juror is brought before the judge and kind of have to explain why they said yes or to some of these questions.
Do you think that you can watch sexually explicit video? Is that going to bother you? Is sexual abuse allegations going to be something that you can objectively judge? It's like the question, anybody who's done jury duty has seen them. This is just Diddy specific.
Right.
So are you influenced by all of these celebrities?
And of the 19 jurors questioned yesterday, 6 of them said that they listened to hip hop. 2 of them specifically mentioned 90s hip hop. So, they're just weeding through to see, who they want to slash, who they're going to keep and whatnot. Also, HBO photo producer was in the mix. The judge denied Combs Lawyer's application to strike him because of the HBO connection. However, someone who worked for Simon & Schuster, she was rejected because they've got an I'll Be Sure memoir thing coming out later this year.
It's a wrap. We got to get ready to get out of here.
Sounds good.
We will get more tomorrow on
Cam's Corner.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. The Fox 29 news starts momentarily. Thank you for spending some time with us.
The stage is set for the Papal Conclave here in the Vatican. Jason Martinez here, Vatican City in Rome. A beautiful evening here as we are less than 24 hours from the